Big up, guys. Big up, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. This is my first video in nearly a month. Yeah, guys. I haven't made any videos, but you know what? It's finally time. I finally make one. I've been busy. Just letting you know, real quick. I will be getting a job, so I will be a bit busier here than usual, as I'm trying to earn money, trying to earn as much as I can, money and all that. So yeah, it's gonna be really busy, especially yup. And another thing, Um, the season is back. Yup, Premier League, La Liga season is back to normal. Yup, yup. As the old routine is back to school, back to seriousness thing as we enter World Cup season. So big up to everyone. Hope you're doing good. So yeah, there we go for a minute of an intro. So yeah, I want to talk about the most important topic. Is Rodrygo to Man City against to Man City from Real Madrid. Which what are my thoughts? Even though Man City are trying to like make a bid for it, it's not confirmed, obviously, or I mean, it's not 100% official. But yeah, big up to this tweet that capitalizes Rodrygo in the City shirt. This is absolute mint. Um, yeah. But yeah, I just think personally me, this would absolute. This is one of he definitely needs this transfer. Absolutely, it's World Cup season. And we're gonna talk about Rodrigo's timeline at Real Madrid since he joined 6 years ago, back in 2019. My baller, by the way. I love this guy. Absolutely. There's even a nickname, calling him the Bangladeshian Messi, the Mumbai I Neymar, and the New Delhi Ronaldo, basically, or Indian Ronaldo. He's an absolute baller, bro. I love him, bro. He's an icon figure already to me. Absolute baller that isn't rated enough. Rodrigo's absolute baller. He's very fantastic. Obviously on the ball and everything. And I know that the work rate can be like a bit here and there, but he's an absolute baller, bro. Let's be honest. I just think Rodrigo is just I'm gonna get into it. I just think Rodrigo's time at Real Madrid, some good things and some complications. But at the same time, things haven't been doing that. Things with Rodrigo, I, I just think he's probably gonna leave Real Madrid, and I just think that he's an icon star, but I think due to the lack of minutes and like due to not being raised on that left wing, because let's be honest, Rodrigo's best position is on that left wing, but the problem is Vinicius Junior is there. Even though he has a good friendship with him, and he probably doesn't mind letting him use that left wing side, but he wants to use that even though he kept his promise to Vinny to play on that left wing, right? And but now ever since Mbappe joined, things haven't been the same with Rodrigo. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to have this agenda against Mbappe. I love Mbappe as well as a striker and for fun. Of course, absolute balling out now for Real Madrid. I know things didn't went well for the first season until like some positivities for him. Even though I know this is not a Real Madrid fan channel, this is a Brazil channel. Even though I do watch a lot of Real Madrid, so yeah. So even though it hasn't been confirmed, this is just the rumors that are going on, and especially let me try to pull this. Especially he also that let me see. Especially Rodrigo's the city because but yeah, he's my baller from Santos. Um and Rodrigo did change his profile picture on Twitter but yeah, even though there have been rumors, especially in the even last year. So so yeah, especially as we've been hearing leaks, especially a couple days ago from the just from Fabrizio Verano like this. Hold on, let me load this up. I found the post that I forgot to add on. That now now thanks what's going on with Man City with Savinho, which I'm gonna get into Savinho in a bit. Good mention. Um, it just hasn't worked out under Pep. Savinho just hasn't worked out under Pep. I just think he's a good player, but I just think that under Pep or why in the or if not, if it's just the Premier League, he just can't shoot. He struggles to score a couple goals. He struggles to score goals for City, and like hasn't and just hasn't been working out. So yeah, this is what he said. Rodrygo doesn't like the pressure playing in the front. Doesn't like the pressure playing in front of large crowds. So sees Manchester City as a perfect destination. I mean, I don't know if I do believe that. Even though their fans like basically cheering you on, but I mean, I just don't think it's that. But we need to address this. So yeah, Savinho, and then real quick that rumors that Tottenham were trying to like get him, and they're trying to like sell them out, but it just hasn't it just hasn't been confirmed just yet. Savinho to Tottenham to Spurs, and like yes, and then I also, and it's not just City that we're like going for him. Arsenal were also were linked with him. Hold on, let me try to put Savinho. Hold on. Yeah, Spurs were like even says a post. And Savinho's 21 years old. Even though there were like some comparison. Hold on. But yeah, as of a couple days ago, Fabrizio, we're saying that Man City were considering a move for Rodrygo, as an exit is imminent. So I retweeted that obviously. So yeah. So yeah, I want to get into that. So okay, so Rodrygo. We're gonna get into the trophy cabinet. So yes, Rodrygo, my baller from Santos. He hasn't been this season. I'm not gonna lie. This season, his minutes have dropped under Carl. Not because he was injured. I mean, yes, he did pick up a couple injuries here and there, and like I get it. Why, like when Mbappe was starting to pick up his form or was about to pick up his form, he picked up a couple injuries here and there. It wasn't fully like fit in everything, but ever since he came back, like in January, he had a solid January. I would say he was scoring a couple goals, especially the a brace against Salzburg in the first half. He scored twice on them in that like almost last Champions League game. Oh yeah, I think he also scored that last UCL game against Brest away. He scored a free kick banger outside the box against Barcelona Super Cup for making the scoreline closer to 5-2 instead of from 5-1 down, while Barcelona went down 10 men with Chesney, even though they got humiliated and Barcelona dog walked Madrid. But Rodrygo's an absolute baller, and no one should disrespect him. Rodrygo, like I said, like you like Rodrygo, absolute baller, absolute player. But when he has that intensity, he kind of is, and when he gets the opportunities on it with actual structure, he actually balls out, is good on the ball and all that. The work rate and like trying to like counter dribbles and all that specialness basically. That's in the energy. Yes, the energy. Even with Mbappe, he kind of also did click in that preseason friendly in their like 4-0 win against Austria back on Tuesday. So even though we will see what happens because there are 2 more weeks left in this transfer window, 2.5 weeks left for City to go and get him. Rodrygo, but unfortunately for Rodrygo, this is probably the perfect opportunity. Even though he does love Real Madrid a lot, he loves life at Madrid. He loves his teammates. His Brazilian mates are there. He gets along with everyone, Mbappe especially. He loves chatting the whole team. They're like his family, basically. It's probably second family. That's how it feels. So I get it for Rodrygo to also like family reasons, kind of. If he already got used to the life there in Spain, so I get it. But if Rodrygo went to Man City, and I know Man City and Real Madrid have like this beef rivalry in the last few years because of the UCL, the Rodri Ballon d'Or, or into over Vinny and all that last year. It's been building up. But if Rodrygo goes to Man City and balls out, they're definitely going to win the Premier League easily. You have to choose them. Liverpool today, Liverpool today, even though this isn't really a Premier League show, Liverpool today, they were not that impressive against Bournemouth. I mean, yeah, they do find a way and get it done. I think Bournemouth played well. Liverpool were just wide open until they brought on Chiesa and they just let Salah score. And yeah, I know Liverpool won. Man City, by the way, will play against Wolverhampton Wanderers tomorrow. By the way, big up Liam. This is City. Big up to you. I will be doing a stream for him, guys, on his channel. He's giving me the permission, so I will announce that on my community post, and we will be going live 30 minutes before the game. Tomorrow, Saturday, me personally, is a big day, big weekend. The season is back, football is back, everything. And yeah, we will see what else happens. It's a big season ahead. It's World Cup season, 300 days towards the World Cup. So yeah. And by the way, real quick before I say anything about Rodrygo, about his minutes losing. We will be doing a new show on the Brazilian channel called I'm trying to think of a name. Jogo Bonito Abroad, I guess, to talk about all the Brazilian players abroad. Okay. We might even we probably will start with the big ones, like, we're gonna get to the Brazilian. We're gonna talk about the Brazilian players that will be called up for the national team, most likely abroad, which may not include Neymar, so we'll probably have to do a different video because he's back at Santos. All of our Brazilian ballers, stars, how they're doing, especially the ones that will be called up, especially for September's window, especially unless we get new sources that Carlo will bring up other players that hasn't been called up before. So we will see. So yeah, I will drop a video on Tuesday, either Tuesday or Wednesday on this first weekend, and I will. So yeah, Allison, as an example, play for obviously our main goalkeeper, captain for both Liverpool and Brazil. 2 of his goals, that conceded, well, obviously was the defense's fault. Even though his rating wasn't that good, he could have done better with one of the saves. I will explain more. But yeah, we will be doing that series, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm also going to think about a new intro as well without getting copyrighted. So yeah, we will do that every single weekend. Even though since it's a new week, we can do it until midweek. Next midweek on Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. Because as well, I got to cover the Copa Libertadores Sudamericano games for the second leg of the round of 16. So yeah, I will be making a video about that. So yeah, okay, back to the video. Rodrygo. his minutes have dropped off with Carlo. I forgot how many minutes he played, but last season he did play more besides injuries and all that. Rodrygo, I don't think he hasn't been suspended for one game. I don't think he did serve one suspension game. I don't know if he didn't got a red card. No, he's always like calm and like chill. Yeah, he kind of has a better attitude than Vinny, and stays like more humble. And Roger, I mean, not trying to do anything against Vinny. He's my baller. It's just kind of some attitude. But I kind of feel where Rodrygo's coming from. So Rodrygo, at the end of last season, in the last like 5 games, when Real Madrid lost the last Clasico against Barcelona, letting Barcelona dog walk them for the 4th time in the row. Real Madrid had lost 4-3 in the last El Clasico meeting of the season 3 months ago, right? Rodrygo didn't play a single minute. And I was concerned, like, is Rodrygo leaving? And then that was one of the games, like, I think ever since Copa del Rey or something for that third El Clasico, his minutes have like started to drop off at the end. He didn't even play against Mallorca, the following game. And his last game against Sociedad, he played just a couple minutes as they were trying to tribute Carlos' last game for Real Madrid before he went straight to Brazil to become an official coach, our official manager. Yup. Don Carlo, absolute legend. Yup. Still trying to land it at his best despite his old age. The tactics, trying to do idea vibes. So respect to him. Yep, absolutely. And then Rodrygo, he kind of did pick up a knock at the last game against Sociedad. That's why he didn't play against them on that last day, and the 2 Brazil World Cup qualifier games. And then Rodrygo was sidelined like for a couple of days. I think he came back against. I don't know. I don't think he came back against Al-Lahan. And that was. I could be wrong. Did he came back against Al-Lahan? But he came back in the second group stage day. He came back against but he was getting limited minutes under Xabi Alonso. Despite Xabi Alonso still admiring him, saying words, even though actions speak louder than words. And Xabi Alonso hasn't given him that much minutes. And whenever he does brought him on, unfortunately, just like where Endrick with Real Madrid, even though Endrick has been suffering, which I'll make a different video about Endrick. I should have made a video about last week, but I forgot, and that's something to do about Endrick, where Endrick's loan against Sociedad collapsed because of that new injury he picked up. And Rodrygo, he played the last few minutes against Dortmund, had very little time to prepare. I don't know if he did have assists in the Club World Cup. I just kind of forgot. And then the game against PSG, before they conceded that 4th goal, Real Madrid were kind of a little bit better offensively, even though they got locked up, destroyed by PSG, who went out to play their worst game against Chelsea, and in that Club World Cup, right? And it's just interesting. Okay, so it's maybe not fully confirmed, fully justified, but like we'll see. Real Madrid, due to them playing the Club World Cup and reaching the semifinals until getting clapped by PSG, just to clown Mbappe. That's probably the only reason why they took that game seriously, because of the beef with Real Madrid. PSG and Madrid do not like each other, even though it's a different story, but it says it all. Man City got knocked down in the round of 16 against Al-Lahan. I believe Man City's attack is good, but the defense and Ederson, I'll probably make a video about him as I promised. They just haven't been that great, and like it's not sustainable. And but yeah, Rodrygo is also a big game player. He does show up in these big games. And And Rodrygo throughout the history, and then especially that famous comeback in 2022 against Man City himself, where he came on as a super sub, where Real Madrid were losing 1-0 at home, 5-3 on aggregate. Rodrygo came in, pulled up his magic, and brought back the Madrid fans to life. 5-5, and then Benzema wins the penalty for them, and then 6-5. Absolute the playline playmaker, or no, magic, absolute magic. So I think Real Madrid losing him. I know Real Madrid, they could not register or put any more players due to La Liga's rules only allowing 25 players in the squad season. So due to La Liga's rules, so I don't know. I heard rumors Real Madrid are trying to get Kanate or I have no idea what happened to that Tony Cruz replacement, Angelo Stiller, especially that they kind of struggle in that position profile. I have no idea what happened, so I'm convinced. So so I'm just gonna say this: if Rodrygo isn't going to be on Real Madrid's squad for Tuesday's game, he has to be gone. Then he's probably leaving. Then, if he is, then there's probably a chance. And then I mean, he'll probably somehow get benched because of course they'll try to use that, or they'll probably use him as always in the right wing, even though Vinny, he needs to pick up his form, especially World Cup season. So we will see what happens. Anything could happen, but we'll see. But if Rodrygo doesn't leave Man City, I forgot to mention this, especially in the big games, not only against Manchester City itself, as they don't want to send. He has especially showed up against Barcelona last year's Super Cup in that banger free kick, like I said, and Atletico Madrid, especially in the Champions League, this season where he scored the first goal. Cooked Javi Galan absolutely in the first 3-4 minutes of the game. Went 1-0 up before Julian Alvarez, and then Brahim Diaz goals come in, and in that first leg of the Madrid derby back in March. So he is he's a big game player, but if he had the potential, he'll probably do it. But here's the thing, let's be honest. But yeah, there's also other big games he did show up generally. So yeah, Rodrygo, let's be honest, guys. We'll probably never see the best version of him. We probably will never see the best version of him ever. We'll never see the best version of him. Let's be honest. At Real Madrid, we'll probably never see that because Vinny, like I said, just has that position locked in. And unless he goes down injured or suspended for one game or that. But then even though there's contract situation with Vinny, even though Real Madrid fans will say something about that, but yeah, if Rodrygo leaves, I just think it's for good. I don't know if this is going to be a permanent signing. It will have to be a permanent signing. But fair play. Like, even though Rodrygo will definitely give hugs and respect Real Madrid players, we'll probably put both Real Madrid and Man City hatred aside and probably put them together. And he'll fall out for Man City, definitely. Absolutely. You can imagine how many assists, goals, how many goals he could thrive on that left wing. Bayern Munich are linked with him, but they got Luis Diaz instead. Marcus Rashford went to Barcelona on loan, even though United are the graveyard of players at this point. And Arsenal, they probably could have gotten him, but they're still going to use the same old players on the left, Harrods and all that. Or yeah, you know that. So yeah, So yeah, it's not sustainable. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I think this is absolutely amazing transfer. You could have. So I am for it. So I'm in for it. I want him to be informed for the World Cup. I want him to don't trust Carlo, even though he'll probably have to play in that left wing. Yeah, Carlo probably will have favoritism if he has to. But I just want the Seleção to succeed. Either. But yeah, absolute baller. We will, and we're definitely going to report on him if he is in the squad. We'll make that video on Tuesday. I'm telling you guys, we will be there for sure on Tuesday. And all right, let me try to get something. Rodrygo as well. He has won 12. Apparently, Rodrygo might have has won 12 trophies. According to Google, he has won 13 trophies, but according to Madrid Zone, it was 12 trophies. So yeah, Rodrygo last year has won 5 trophies. He won Spanish Super Cup, he won La Liga, he won the UCL Champions League, Champions of Europe, Champions of Spain. He won the Super Cup, the UEFA Super Cup, and he won the Intercontinental Cup, the Old Club World Cup against Pachuca. And this was as of December 18th. So basically, he has won 12. So basically, 3 La Ligas, 3 Super Cups, 2 Champions League UCLs, 1 Super Cup. So apparently, he might have won 13. I have no idea. I don't know if he did play in that another Super Cup game against Frankfurt back in 2022. So it could be 13 even if he didn't play. Hey, so then his participations overall, Copa del Rey, he won once. He won obviously the Old Club World Cup, which is now the Intercontinental Cup, which is now revived. And the Old Club World Cup, the new brandly of the new Intercontinental Cup, because the new Club World Cup is that obviously every 4 years and that trophy. So yeah, he has won 12, and they had opportunities to even win Copa del Rey final. If Rudiger didn't went injured, they didn't just if they just held on for another 10 minutes. Ferran Torres, Ferran Torres. If he wasn't going to equalize, then yeah, this could have been in Rodrygo's 14th trophy or 13th trophy as he plays. But yeah, overall, all right. So yes, that's like I said, 2 UCLs. That's a big one. Then the Club World Cup, Intercontinental Cup. As they change it, yep. Much taller of the ball right there. So yeah, he has won 12, 13 trophies. Whatever you count them, I'll say 13. So yeah, Rodrygo's won 13 trophies. Imagine how much he could deliver for City. Big up to all my Man City fans. Shout out to you guys. Feel free what you say in the comments. Imagine what he could do. Imagine what he could do. Bro. Yeah, you could imagine what he could do with City. Absolute balling out. It would definitely sell jerseys. Millions, definitely, bro. Absolutely. And he could become a possible Manchester City legend if he does, fully become one. Then yeah, and even Pep Guardiola says that he wants him. And yeah, I think he will fit in Pep's system. Imagine that link up play with Holland and Marmoush probably. Turkey. That attack, bro. They could possibly win the UCL, maybe. If they get Rodrygo, Donnarumma. Man City, in my opinion, they should be up in grabs to be possibly one of the favorites to win the UCL. They should. Imagine what that attack could do. imagine what they could do. So basically, let me try to find that lineup. But yeah, I know this video was long, so big. Hopefully, you towards the end. Hopefully you watched it towards the end. So so yeah, like I said, I will be doing a live stream for Liam. This is City. So this was suggestions. Man City. This is from DR Sport. Man City gets both of them. That would absolutely be mental. Man City got the Premier League in the bag, probably because unless Liverpool gets somebody like Luis Diaz profile of quality, then yeah, then maybe. But right now, I would say it's 50-50. If not, Man City has to be the slightly favorites. But if they get Dominic Holland, this has to be over. Man City has to be the favorite. Mateo Nunez to get better. He doesn't expect Stone to play Guardiola on that left back. Yeah, this is the one that I'm talking about. Imagine, Ryan. This Man City is a cool team, cool, fresh, icy, slurpy team, basically, because it's cool to watch, fun to watch, and this could be funner than PSG, maybe. Look at how much they mentioned. The citizens' rise. This has to happen, honestly. As a Brazil fan, this has to happen. So yeah. So yeah, we will see what happens. If we don't have any updates in the next coming days before men's Real Madrid's game against Osasuna, which is on Tuesday, even though I do have work, so I probably will most likely not watch the game. But I'll check if Rodrygo's in the squad list in the starting lineup. Let's see. Let's see what happens. So we might even cover a stream if that happens. If Rodrygo, here we go, happens. And I might even possibly invite a City fan if I have to. Because you could imagine. So yeah. This might talk about Rodrygo. So yeah. I would like to say big ups to everyone. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe. I will be ending this video recording. So if you haven't already, subscribe. World Cup season is here. Like I said, new show coming up Tuesday or Wednesday. The video, I'm trying to get it out about Brazilian abroad series, Jogo Bonito, or who's being called up, basically. So yeah, big ups to every single one of you. Yeah, like, subscribe.